I don't know what you want from me, man. Why'd you even watch these videos? I don't know what to say. I'm as stumped as you are. I ain't got a clue. Bro, Hokuzono sat there like giggling, chuckling, thinking, ah yes, we're gonna give them one chapter in the span of a whole month, and then, when they finally get a chapter again, we're gonna bloody murder the main character. Bruv, he might as well have taken a plane over to England, rocked up at my door, and hit me in the face with a brick. Actually, the only way he's gonna make up for this chapter is if in a future chapter he hits Hirohiko with a brick. I think that will make me feel better. Hokuzono, I don't know how we've got to this point, but hit Hirohiko with a brick, please. You need to make up for this. Amazing chapter, Enten vs Magatsumi. There's like 4 double spreads. It's incredible. And it starts off with basically Akamura Soga embracing the samurai ideal. So obviously Chihiro is seen as a samurai for Hakuri, all right? And he wants to be that samurai for Hakuri, someone who will fight to the death to achieve their goals. And Akamura Soga actually sees himself as somewhat of a samurai as well. He realizes within this chapter, after seeing Chihiro's resolve, that Chihiro is also a samurai, someone who will fight to the death to achieve his goals, and his goals are way more, well, his goals of stopping Akamura Soga are way more grounded in reality than they are for pretty much any other character, because Soga has come to the realization that the Enten has been designed to counter all the enchanted blades, especially the Magatsumi. So he basically comes to the conclusion within this chapter that the Enten is a genuine and real threat to him and his ideals as a samurai. So obviously that means as much as he'd really rather, you know, not kill his sister's son, he will do it if really necessary. Yeah. Anyway, Samura cooked. He's still cooked. His flames are way too busy just about managing to fight off the life-stealing power of the Magatsumi, which is explained to us by the narrator that I just wanted to point out is an amazing addition to Kagurabachi, by the way. Like, narrators in anime and manga are always so cool. I feel like it's the Togashi, you know, Hunter x Hunter influence, but damn, I'm really liking this leaning into the narrator stuff. Incredible double spread of Enten vs Magatsumi, and again, basically, it's just Soga saying, look, Chihiro, I'd rather not kill you, but you're trying to do the impossible here, alright? This is not the final arc. You're not going to stop me right now, so you might as well just go home. And honestly, he should have listened to him. Samura's on the floor. He's out for the count, but he's putting a wager on Chihiro, alright? He's thinking, if anyone's going to be able to manage this, it's Chihiro. That is because the Enten's ability can directly counter Magatsumi's life-draining power, which means Chihiro can stand within its range, and it is just basically forged to counter the malediction and just the power of them. I'm yapping. It's the anti-Magatsumi blade, okay? We know this already. There's no need for me to get too in detail about it. Chihiro then locks in, alright? 6 black fish? No. 6 black fish surrounding Akamura Soga. He then uses his teleporting ability to basically just do like I think someone compared it to like the Ichigo Byakuya thing, or like something like that. I don't remember Bleach too well. Whatever. Chihiro teleports around Akamura in a circle, and Akamura stands in the middle and just reacts to him every single time. It's a dope double spread, but it doesn't really achieve anything. Oh yeah, and then we just get more glaze that he's like, even after facing Samura at his best, he's completely unscathed. His reaction speed is off the yeah, we get it, bro, alright? He's the Madara, he's the Aizen, he's the Sukuna, he's the Akamura Soga. Like, we get it, alright? He's strong. Cool. I understand. Jesus. Relax. Enough glaze, Hokuzono, enough glaze. Go start glazing Shiba instead. The Shinichi then, the Magatsumi then gets pointed at Chihiro, and Akamura just goes, I'm just gonna try and kill you now. Dragonfly, which is like the dragonfly is like a cannon blast. It's like a gunshot. It just shoots spirit energy. But then Chihiro goes, Arka, and he's obviously tried to absorb it and copy it. Now, this is where things kind of get crazy, because it gets revealed, and I've been wanting an Arka explanation and like delving into Arka for so long, because we focused on Kuro and Nishiki for such a long time, and finally we're giving Arka the attention it deserves. But we get the unbelievable reveal that when Chihiro absorbs an ability using Arka, he basically just becomes aware of the entire details of how the ability functions, right? So he absorbs Dragonfly, and now he literally has the information of how the Magatsumi works and how the abilities work poured directly into his head. At least I think so. Maybe it's to do with the blade, or maybe it's just to do with his like Rokuhiro eyes and insane intuition, or maybe it's a mixture of both. I imagine the themes kind of come together and bounce off each other, but yes, Chihiro is so much of a genius that when he uses Arka to absorb an ability, he is instantly able to pick apart and analyze and understand exactly how it works and its inner workings, which is, I guess, kind of similar to Yuta Okotsu in a way. I find Yuta very cool because he doesn't actually get shown the information when he copies an ability. He has to actually observe it and work it out for himself. So it's not quite the same thing, but I do like that concept in general, right? It's a unbelievably busted thing to be able to do, to just absorb the damage of an attack, use it for yourself, and understand all of its secrets. It's crazy. Arka, just like with Flamebone, Arka can't fully absorb the Dragonfly, but it does nullify enough of the damage for Chihiro to not die on the spot. That'd be pretty tragic. Right? Let's hope nothing bad happens to Chihiro. It's fine. Anyway, yeah, so we've concluded at this point Samura's done. He's not getting any more healing. He's now just facing Akamura in a 1v1. And despite having a counter, he's not going to do too much because Akamura has now looked at him and gone, okay, maybe with things like Spider and Dragonfly, the Magatsumi is like well suited to, you know, dispelling those abilities. But now we're going to try some higher level stuff that he's not going to be able to just simply absorb or swipe aside. And we get confirmation that the Magatsumi's ability is really very simple. It has this black energy, right? Not necessarily spirit energy in its raw form. It's this black energy, which we always see around the Shinichi, and he is able to convert this black energy into multiple different forms, infinite in number, which means the Magatsumi doesn't have 3 abilities, it doesn't have 5 abilities. It has however many fucking abilities Akamura Soga wants it to have. It just has this moldable energy that you can literally channel and turn into whatever you want, and for some reason he chose to give it a garden theme. Yes, we're doing bugs and insects and plants. I imagine there's a limit to like your mental capacity being able to like come up with and actually execute moves, so I do think his skill set is going to remain pretty consistent and at least on theme, but no, there's no like set number of moves that he has. He can just decide to basically turn this black energy into whatever he really wants to an extent, I guess. Which kind of falls in line with the true realm, you know? It's just why it's so broken. And I want to know more about the lore behind how Kunishige created this and why he created this, because it is just very different to the other blades, but yeah. Which is how Akamura Soga has gone, right, well, Dragonfly he's absorbed, and Spider he just ignored. So we're going to have to use something that he's not going to be able to swipe aside. Butterfly. Which is when everything got very, very crazy in the reaction stream, because we get explained by the narrator that unlike Chihiro's N10, which fires a slashing attack, Butterfly slashes through space itself, and as a result, there's almost no lag after he swings the blade. I know what you're thinking, and yes, it is pretty much what it sounds like. It is a world-cutting slash. It is Sukuna's world-cutting slash. Which means a lot of things. It means, at this point, there's no denying that Jujutsu Kaisen has had real modern-day influence on shonen. I'm sorry, but this is so very similar that, like, I apologize, Hokuzono, genuinely I apologize if this is an idea you had unrelated to JJK, but you understand the confusion. Hokuzono's not seeing this video, bro. Why am I talking to him? What's going on? I'm not saying it's confirmed inspired. I'm just, you know, I'm just seeing the potential inspiration, and I'm thinking, okay, it's very, very similar in nature to Sukuna's world-cutting slash. Although, whereas Sukuna's slash is like his ultimate move that he learnt using Mahoraga to defeat the strongest sorcerer of today, Soga's world-cutting slash is like just one of the few abilities that he has in his arsenal. It's just like a casual swing the blade, and it just slices space. The attack pretty much has no travel time, there's like no lag really. The word instantaneous apparently fails to capture it, so yeah. It's just a Duraneg, like a durability negating instantaneous slice attack that will just cut through anything Soga aims it at, which is, oh my god, how is that only one ability he has? What the hell? And it basically explains that due to the nature of how it works, right? It's very difficult to actually aim it. So if Soga's even off by like literally a couple millimeters, it can completely change the trajectory of the technique because it will just keep on going how it's pointed, right? So if he misses, there's not much he's gonna be able to do about it. So he has to be very accurate. But as the distance grows between Soga and his opponent, the harder it is to actually read the move. So if you can't really see Soga, or you're not close enough to like aim dodge it, which is what Chihiro and Samura supposedly do. Well, at least Chihiro does. I don't know what Samura does. I'll get into that in a second, but you can like kind of aim dodge it in a similar way. Again, it feels very JGK. In the next page, Chihiro understands how it works. He kind of reads the spark of cursed energy. He does like a Maki precognition thing where he kind of like hears the whisper in the air, and his Rokuhiro eyes are able to like perceive it building up and kind of about to be unleashed before it is actually unleashed. Because if it was actually unleashed, unless he's moving like massively FTL to the point where his travel speed is instantaneous, he's aim dodging, right? So he's dodging before Akamura fires it, which is why we're told, you know, Akamura has to be incredibly accurate. If Chihiro does manage to like get out of that line of sight that Akamura has chosen to aim at, he will be able to avoid it, but you have to do it. Like, it's only because of Chihiro's incredible eyes that he's able to actually perceive it and like avoid it, which is really impressive from Chihiro to be able to do that. Wow, that cannot be a consistent thing. Like, hopefully he doesn't just spam this move in the future, because there's no way we're going to be able to do that, especially from a distance. Like it said, like, this move is just so broken. I'm sorry, but it's ridiculous. I feel like I got way off topic there. The point is, Akamura Soga at this point would absolutely wipe the floor with the entirety of Jujutsu Kaisen. That's what I wanted to say. Just for the power scalers out there who like to do versus battles, you know? Kagurabachi clears. It's just... also, it being a world-cutting slash explains why it cuts the panel in half, which is unbelievably cool. It's incredible. Anyway, yeah, Chihiro uses his like Rokuhiro eyes to like perceive the kind of build-up of the move, and then he effectively aim dodges it and catches up to Soga and runs straight through him. Now, this damage that Butterfly does is ridiculous. We've seen it before. But Soga looks genuinely surprised that Chihiro even managed to like, he gets a tiny scratch on Soga's cheek with his blade, yeah? And Soga looks like, oh shit. Oh, this guy's actually a threat. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to lock in, bro. So Soga gets angry and he just slices Chihiro's leg up and then pushes him away, and he's like, all right, fine, I get it, you're a samurai too, you'll die for your ideals too, you are built different, you're definitely Rokuhiro's son, but I'm just gonna fucking kill you now. And with that, somehow, Akamura Soga just swings his sword and literally slices Enten in two. Yep, the Chihiro Reforge arc is definitely real. He's about to go on his swordsmith, blacksmith, you know, Kunishige Rokuhira enchanted blade forging arc as recovery. He needs to go on a journey to find himself. You know, the classic, the shonen main character gets tragically defeated, loses their powers, a bit like Ichigo's broken Bankai, and you basically have to go on a journey to re-find yourself and reforge your ability. You know, it's very classic shonen Bleach kind of thing. That's definitely what we're going to be doing here. I thought Enten was the only blade that was able to break other blades, but I imagine the reason why they can break each other is because, you know, Enten isn't contracted to the Magatsumi the way the other blades are contracted to each other. So it makes sense that the contracted blades actually cannot destroy each other. But because Enten and Magatsumi aren't contracted, I guess it does follow that one would be able to destroy the other. Or maybe, you know, maybe Kunishige, not Kunishige, maybe Akamura Soga could just sever all the blades if he wanted to, but that was like no difficulty. I don't think he even used a move. He just went, just sliced through Enten. I don't know, man. Thank God for the break weeks though, because Hokuzono's art in this chapter is the best it's been in a hot minute. Dear God, it looks beautiful. And as if that wasn't bad enough, we get a little flashback to Chihiro forging Enten. He looks dead scared, and then Akamura Soga places his hand on Chihiro's heart, says, your heart's on the left side, right? And then stabs him. Now, we don't really know how to take this because, like, he puts his hand where Chihiro's heart should be, and then he says, like, your heart's on the left side, which kind of made everybody think that maybe Chihiro has that condition where his heart is on the left side. Like, it's on Chihiro's left side. To Soga, it would be on Soga's right side for, you know what I mean. I don't know if Chihiro's heart is in the right place. I can't tell whether Akamura Soga was trying to stab Chihiro in the heart or not. I don't know. We'll find out soon. We were probably overthinking it. He probably was just like, oh, your heart's here. Okay, I'm gonna not stab you in the heart. Maybe he was just like, I'm just gonna make sure I miss, you know, just leave you in critical condition because I don't want to kill you. I imagine that's what's happening here. Or maybe it really is as deep as we thought it was initially, and Chihiro has a condition where his heart's on the other side, so he stabbed. I'm getting way too off topic. It doesn't even matter. He's obviously not gonna die. Yeah, I imagine he just deliberately missed the heart, and now Chihiro's gonna be alive. And the problem here is, how do we stop Soga? Because, like, obviously Chihiro will have his little reforge the blade arc, and we'll learn about how Kunishige made the blades, and that's when we'll probably get a flashback and all the lore drop. Fine, it's coming soon, that's nice. But until we get there, now what? Enten is broken, Chihiro's down for the count. What, Shiba? Is Shiba gonna pull up and no-diff Akamura? No, Akamura's gonna go down into the base and murder Hakuri. How do we stop that now? There's nothing that can stop that. Nothing. There's literally nothing. Someone, Hiyuki, come in and save the day. Please, I beg. Bring Char in and, like, heal Chihiro, and then heal Samura and get Samura to heal Enten. And, bruv, again, it's the same situation as every week. I don't know where we go from here. But anyway, peak chapter. I love the world cutting slash thing. Chihiro's cooked. The Enten's cooked. Akamura's the GOAT. GG. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.